ancient times, this sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Hey yo, welcome everyone. Today it's Wednesday and we're back here for the Lucky Miner stream. So hope you're feeling fantastic, hope you're feeling fine, hope you're feeling alright, because we're back here for another day, another video, another recap. Let me get some background music while we go. I guess this is a new one. And yeah, here we are. Just let me finishing setting up these last bits. I think everything is pretty much ready, but in the meantime, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Hope you're feeling fantastic. Hope you're feeling alright. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat how you're feeling today, and thank you so much for watching over the abstract portal, which is very important for what we're building here. And I want to thank, I don't know, it's F20 would be this play game for fun. I don't know, because it has not updated his nickname. Nazman, how is it going? And by the way, I've just noticed now that we've got tipped during the streams, which is pretty cool feature that we have on Abstract Portal. So we've got tipped with 1.5 Pengu by BA25, and Fred and Ferd on the first stream did tip a couple of Ethereum to the stream. So that is pretty amazing, and I want to put out that challenge that if you want to make some tips, whatever tips we receive during this stream, they will go included. We'll just straight up add it to the liquidity pool, so it keeps growing the project as well. So I like that. That is very, very cool to see and have that feature. Okay, so let's get this ramped up. Let's get this started. Let me check if got everything set up correctly. By the way, let me know if the song is too loud for you, if you can hear me well, or if the music could go a little bit lower. Now, let me check. We've got here the commands. Okay, so if you're watching over, what am I missing? Okay, if you're watching over Twitch, then you can type in !LFM and access a Google form. If you're watching over Abstract Portal, I'm just gonna type in here, I'm gonna write it off, so you can fill it up this form, and you could win MLP prizes. So we'll be running a Lucky Miner session towards the end of the stream, and as usual, you can be winning some prizes. Now, just fill it up that form, it's a Google form, and we'll be raffling towards the end of the stream. Now, let me just close these tabs. And what do we have here? Let's probably just take a quick time to go over here on the website and just get through some couple things. GMH yourself, Goes, how is it going? Nazman as well over Twitch. Hope you're feeling fantastic, hope you're feeling fine. Let's get this started. Okay, I think I've got all my tabs open that I need to have it open. Again, if you can watch over Abstract Portal, please do so, even if it is a lurk. I appreciate that. Now, coming here, MLP.fun, that's our website. I'm gonna copy it and paste it on the chat so we can be on the same page. Probably already know your ways in and out over here. So what we have added since the last week, we've added a couple of more badges, which is pretty cool. We'll be adding those as we go. I think it generates more fun as you can keep collecting those. Now they have become permanent. The badges are permanent, so it means that you can grow your progress. You don't have to go every season, you have to get your badges all over and over again, and you just can keep continuously going forwards that progression. Now let me give you an example. Also, I've updated the way that this looks, which you have all badges, just trading badges, taking badges, community badges. Pretty cool, I like that. It shows the one you earned and the ones you have not earned, so you can tick that. You can see pretty easily how your progress going. For example, Season Trader, I'm on 48 out of 50 transactions to complete this one and receive this badge, which I'm at 96%. I'm still studying how I would be able to get this as NFTs. I think it would be cool, especially when, for example, you would be getting a super hard badge, but hey, you're no longer interested in MLP for whatever reason, you decided to quit and exit, and you want to sell that as an NFT. Since we have the bingo prize pool, potentially that can be worth something to someone. As imagine it's the only badge they're missing to get a full bingo line, and the price someone's asking for that badge is actually cheaper than what you will be getting from the prizes. So, but I still have to study that, because it pretty much it's trying to get stuff Web 2 into Web 3 automatically. Still have to figure out how I will do that. If you've got any ideas on how to do it, be my guest, just shoot me a DM. Now, here it tells you the pool activity this month. On my end, I've traded most on the big tokens, although I used the auto routing, so it kind of decides for me what's the best route for this, and pretty much has been this. So for all badges, it shows the one I've not earned, and these now keeps all the progress. For example, Diamond Hands, take MLP consecutive 90 days, I'm at 84%. Here I'm pretty close to complete this one. Small Spender, these are the new ones, which is the USDC badges, both MLP with $10. Over $10 of USDC, I've spent $8, which you can see that usually I do trades with big, but sometimes it changes and buys stuff with USDC. You can tip MLP now, that is cool. Yes, Fred, that is really cool. That was actually this week update from the Abstract team, so you can tip streamers with any type of token you want, which now includes MLP. So I'm kind of brainstorming how we, and also how myself, can be watching other streams and talk about MLP and just give them a tip, just to have more people on board that, and maybe that could be a cool strategy. I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, now all tokens, they're included. And by the way, Fred, thank you so much for the Ethereum. I've only seen this now. The Ethereum you tip backed on the pretty much the first stream, I think. And also we've got a random tip. I don't know this user that tipped 1.5 Pingo. And what I was saying is that every tip we get, that will be added to the liquidity pool. So I think it's a cool way to support the project. If you're tipping for being on Abstract and all of this stuff, if you're new here, whatever you be tipping to the streamer, in this case myself, that will just go directly 100% to the project and will be added to the liquidity pool. So in the end, it will just keep helping the project to grow. So everyone gets a win on that. So also claiming staking rewards every day didn't increase my experience points while I'm thinking about it. Okay, now that is a good info. I think they're kind of updating what does give experience and what doesn't give experience, and I find a hard time to determine what does give. I guess that when you have your app or when you have your token verified somehow in the Abstract portal, that gives more chances to have that update. Nasman is on a 5-streak streaming visualization. Let's freaking go! 450 channel points. So yeah, I'm not sure what we can do to increase these experience points on Abstract, because that generates a transaction that should help to get that. Either way, I'll try to look deeper into it and try to see if I can find anything about it. Now, coming back here with the badge update, we have included the USDC badges. Now you can track that. There's a full bunch of new badges you can get, and you can continue your progress across all months, so we will not reset. Now it's all time. And the badges you earn, they will go to the next month. You can feel the progress going month after month. So Protocol Beginner, generate $1 in fees. I'm at 74 cents total. Mega Whale, now stake 1 MLP tokens. This one is kind of dynamic because if you unstake, you will lose this badge. So I think it's the only dynamic badge so far, and it kind of makes sense that it's that way. The Power Trader, complete 100 trades. Still far behind this. Diamond Hands, Little Penguin, which is buying MLP with 1000 Pengu. I've bought MLP so far with 407 Pengu. I like that. This is for staking. Orca, Diamond Hands, 1 year full of staking, still far behind. Elite Trader, and now comes all the really hard badges to get. Stake 5000 MLP. Super Trader, complete 500 trades. MLP Collector, both MLP with $100, very far behind. Protocol Supporter, generate $10 in fees. Yeah, this just become... You can see, I think this is by percentage. Yeah, it's sorted by percentage. So 48 out of 1000, maybe by next year I'll be closer to this. Fuji Penguin, both with MLP with 10,000 Pengu. Protocol Contributor, $100 in fees, very far behind. MLP Investor, bought MLP with $100,000. Protocol Champion, generate $1,000 in fees. I wonder when anyone would be here, would get this one. Fred says I should go around all the streamers and tip them with MLP. Hell freaking yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Give a little bit, just like introduce. Look here, what we have, what we're doing. Top 10 trader, I got a rank on top 10. I think this is fairly easy at this point. It might get tougher to get this one in the future. So if you want to get this badge, because you get it now forever, once you got it, it's yours. That would be a really good time. As time follows, I think these might become harder to get. Iglo Guardian, 100,000 Pengu tokens. Ice Age, 500,000. Arctic Emperor, 1 million Pengu tokens. That is really hard, but you get this. For example, I didn't know, but there's actually 3 members that have already gotten the Ice Age. So between the back and forth of the auto router that they're trading back and forth the tokens, not MLP directly, but they do sell the token A, buy MLP, and then sell MLP to get their token B, so we're just the middleman. They've actually traded over 500,000 Pengu tokens, so that is crazy. Well, Aspirant, Whale, Aspirant, you have to buy MLP with $10,000, so this is 0%. MLP Whale, yeah, and MLP Megalodon, 1 million, wow. I guess this one will be achieved like in 5 years maybe. But yeah, this is all the badges I have not earned, but they're available. Now here you can choose everything. Once they're completed, you'll get this green stamp and say that it has been earned, and you can follow your progress over here. So really cool stuff, love to see it. You can see all the badges and their sub category. You can see current month, how you're ranking, how much you generated, how many transactions, all-time best, and all of that. Now, price history, this is also pretty cool, which it does show you, for example, how much you've claimed in the bingo cards, in the leaderboard, but also it shows what you have claimed in your staking rewards. I'm not sure if I can click on this one. Yeah, I cannot click and give the link, but for example, I've claimed already 1 MLP, staked MLP, and it shows 0.12 October, then here at 29, then 007, 0.14, 0.60, 0.14, 0.9. Pretty cool. Now you can follow, and it says the hour, it will say the time when you did it, so you can pretty much backtrack in case you're doing taxes and all of that stuff. These can be pretty much useful to track down the transactions you've done with MLP. Now let's get back here. Token. Now let's watch the liquidity pools. Of course, you can also buy MLP by clicking this one. It will get you to Relay Link, and it already has set up trading from Ethereum on Abstract to MLP on Abstract, but you can pretty much choose any chain. For example, mainnet, you just choose here whatever token you want and have to trade it for MLP as an example. Alright, coming back here, liquidity pools. So we had $348 24-hour volume, which has generated $1 in fees. This has on average has 2 MLP dot something. So market feels like it's a little bit stale, a little bit sideways, and you can see that with the Bitcoin price. Like Bitcoin, it has been ranging between that 88.90 for like almost 2 months now. I don't know. It feels like it's been ages on that range. Ethereum has been back and forth between 200s, how do you call it, like 2800s? Between 2800 and 3200s. I hear that all the time and it just gets me confused, but it kind of feels a little bit easier than saying like 2800. Just go like 2800. Am I correct? I think I'm saying it right. So it's been ranging between 28 and 3200 within that. So just moving sideways all the way, also for the past 2 months, not much. And Pengu, Big, Abster, all of these tokens, they kind of reflect that change. And the more sideways it moves, also the more flat it gets on this token. So we're just waiting for anything to happen, either go down or go up. We're just waiting for something to happen. And these kind of reflect what I was saying. So right now the token is at 48.68, 48 cents. We've had those 54 in volume. We can see here I've drawn a support line. Maybe I can just go like this a little bit better. Maybe, yeah. Let's try to get as many wicks as possible. Let me see if I can do this. Let me try to get as many wicks as possible so it feels like, yeah, it's a real support line. It looks good. I think it looks really good, especially if we can keep above this line, or at least when we touch it, it goes back up. We've seen that here. That was 14 January. This was pretty much on last stream. We've hit all-times high here, like at 55 cents. At least this was just not a wick. It was pretty much stable around here. So you can see on comparison of the rest of the line, this was pretty much stable around this place. Now, single wick, we can see this one went all the way up to 57 on a single one. Went from 48 all this way up and all the way down. This was absurd buying. I don't know. It was insane. But looking here, this is massive. Really, really good. So if we're able to see this coming back up again and stay around this area, I think slowly we're just climbing up. Now, we're looking at USDC prices. Now looking at Ethereum prices, this is also looking even better, I would say. So right now we're at this average. So if we zoom out, let me try to pull here so we have everything on screen. If we pull out how this looks, it's actually looking pretty fantastic. It's not an all-time high, especially here because we added a couple of more USDC to the pool, so which made the token devalue a little bit on the Ethereum price or Ethereum comparison, let's put it that way, because we're just getting more fluid into a stable token. So instead of growing in price, it was just trying to maintain it, it was decreasing. But since now things have sort of reached an equilibrium, let's put it that way, we can see it has pretty much staying consistent across this area. Now, for these lines, we can see also here, I've tried to draw a line from the launch, which was here. It crossed this, and also here. Now trying to touch all the wicks that I find, it kind of feels like this is our support wick, one of them. Then I'm trying to see after here, which was the first time that it pumped, some sort of support line as well. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to do my best based on what I've learned and what I know. So if you have any type of suggestion, let's put it this way, like the resistance line, maybe like this, kind of feels like this would be a good one. I'm touching several tops. Yeah, I think this would be right. So This also reflects Abstract ecosystem as a whole, so if we're able to go like this, and now we're crossing over, it almost forms that W pattern that we've all been taught that it's a good one, especially if you can break the resistance line. So if that happens, we can probably see these going all the way back here, which would be pretty cool. Now let's see how this reflects. Also kind of feels like it's shaping a W pattern, especially if it can now go up in price again. So potentially there's a chance that it happens. So also on the opposite, it formed the double top as they shown here, and with the double top it went back down. So if we look here, we draw this support line, and once that has been broken, you can see it started to go down until it reached the supports. Pretty cool. I like this stuff. I think this is pretty informative. It's all, of course, never financial advice. I'm nowhere qualified to do that, but as an informational video, just trying to put out my thoughts and what I think it is, the data I'm seeing. It looks pretty cool. Now, what else do I have to show over here? We've got a couple of pairs. Now we have added also the Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin, actually Bitcoin on Abstract Portal. So this is a new, it has really low liquidity. What is this line? It's not even well placed. What is wrong with this song? This is really hardcore. Change it. Whew. That was rough. Way screaming too loud. The dude was screaming way too loud. So we do have, where is it? So here we can see our liquidity pairs, and we have a lot of MLP dedicated to this one, MLP to Bitcoin. These would be really cool to be added. So you can see out of range, this is the MLP we are waiting to get in range, which is MLP with USDC. We have more liquidity, more USDC to be gathered, and more MLP to be distributed at a certain range we have not reached. Staked MLP with USDC the same, so we have the dual token, which is the staked version, and just the regular version. Both have more liquidity, so there's more slippage, there's more arbitrage, and therefore we can get more trades based on both tokens. That would be a really cool scenario, but we have not entered range. I feel like this is like a slow... It will get slowly filled and we'll get more strength as we go. Now this was the original one, it's in range. We have added more, it's still out of range. We need to get this one in range as soon as possible. And then we have ABX, which is for Aborian, the backbone DeFi of Abstract ecosystem. So of course, once we get in range, this will also have a liquidity pool with Aborian. Everything else, this is just closed pools that were not working, or just they were not rightly set up. This is what we have active: MLP with Ethereum, Pengu with MLP, Big with MLP, Avser with MLP. We've got MLP with staked version, MLP USDC, staked version of MLP with Ethereum, and MLP with Bitcoin. Pretty cool. Hope to get more this year. Hope that we can get at least 2 or 3 more pairs during this year. That would be pretty much perfect. Now, what I'll be doing today is to claim this and add this to the staking rewards, which we can look. Right now we have 21 cents. Actually, it's rather low still. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow just to save a couple of gas fees, because this gets a little bit expensive trying to do this every day. Let me be honest. I've spent a couple of Ethereum trying to do these claims back and forth and distribute, and just, yeah, it adds up real fast. I was hoping that with the new Ethereum upgrades that they did, that would get cheaper. What I was reading for the way that Ethereum gets their blocks organized in that space, I was kind of hoping that with the recent upgrades they announced and did, that L2s would get a little bit cheaper. It doesn't seem that way yet. So another thing I want to look into the website, it is on the staking. So staking rewards, right now we have an API of 5.32%. Solid, above 5%, I like that. I'm just super happy to be able to have it above 5%, as long as we keep it. Even, as I was saying, if it just bounces back between 4 and 6, within that range, I think it's really solid. type of API, knowing that we're just even 3 months old. So yeah, it's a really good starting point. I have 0.35 now. It also tells your staking share. So I have 1%.26% of, so this is my share of total circulating staked MLP, excluding contract addresses. For example, the 10,000 staked MLP that is in the liquidity pool, that is staked off, that is excluded, of course, from staking rewards. The burn address that we have burned 90% of the original supply, that's of course excluded as well. It doesn't make sense to be included there. So let me try to claim my rewards and see how this would impact and change, just as an example. So if you have some prizes to claim here, if you have some rewards to claim, maybe you do want, because these compounds. So 26.96, let me go back and see, yeah, 127. It just increased just this tiny bit, but this tiny bit is already pretty cool. The estimated API just did refresh, so 5%. I think it's really good. Where was this plane coming from? Also, I did change the category over Twitch. I tried to put on crypto, maybe this would be useful, I'm not sure. If I just should keep it on the sandbox, because we're not doing that much sandbox lately. Let me know if it is a good idea or not to have this type of category, let's put it this way. Or if it should be on the sandbox. I think for everyone that's following us, they just have it followed already. Okay, moving forward. Oh my god, I gotta change this song. This is way too noisy. 19 meter. Okay, let me just royalty-free rock music background. This is way too screaming. At least for streaming. I don't want to have someone screaming on copyright-free rock music for Twitch and YouTube. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, sounds better. Sounds a little bit more chill. Okay, so we're watching here. Oh, 49.38. What happened? What pair am I looking? Oh, okay, I'm looking at Bitcoin. 48.66. Okay, now this is more correct. Yeah, this is going good. It looks good. It looks solid. You can see here, it's probably going to touch here somewhere. And we'll see if it's going to break it or if it's going to fall back again. Form another W, then just go. But yeah, we can see that it will be within this range for the next couple of days. The next couple, 4 or 5 days, it will be around this range. Unless it breaks and starts moving forward. Upward, let's put it that way. Alright, more stuff. If you have not, please do make a follow here on Ice Age on the Abstract portal. That would also help out, I think. If you're not following yet, we do have here MLP protocol over X. I'm gonna copy the link and paste it over here. Oh, do I get the plings from the app? Honestly, I don't know. Can't tell. All right, moving forward. I've got Twitch over here. I've got Abstract Portal over here. Perfect. So, this was posted 2 days ago. MLP keeps doing buybacks, and we'll just keep doing. I'm thinking in, what if we do the buybacks live every Wednesday? That will definitely save the gas fees, and you get to watch it live. We get to do it together. I think that would be pretty cool. So it kind of sort of helps out into the transparent side of things. Like, you would be able to see how much fees it was accrued. You would be able to see the buybacks being done live. So I kind of like that. I'm gonna, let's put it that way. I'm not gonna do any buybacks, and I'm gonna do it on the live stream, so we can pretty much do it together and we can see how it affects. And it's gonna be a much more impactful, because if we accrue fees for a whole week, the buybacks, when we do it, the ticker will be a little bit bigger. So I kind of like that. Now, the latest buyback, it has been 7.91 MLP. That is pretty cool. Almost 8 MLP, so that kind of equals to $4. Big coin volatility is bringing more fees lately. We can see that has been going up and down. We can take a pretty cool look here. So lately, big coin, it has went all the way to 23 and has just been bleeding out all the way to 16, which also feels like it has found some support. Then it had a wake up all the way to 21. Let me look how it is. It was probably just a... Also, let me see. We've got 1.6 liquidity and it had 218 in volume. Let's see how we're doing in hours. Because most of the liquidity pools of big coin, they are in Aborian. So they're not in, we're providing over, what we can see here, abstract. So we're providing on Sakura Swap. They're providing the liquidity on Aborian. And I think this is better because Sakura is the native from abstract. And we can see pretty much all tokens, they're either on Sakura or they are on Aborian. There's a couple of that are on Kona, but that's pretty much it. And we can see that we have here MLP, 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 starting from the rank 85. So we're still on the top 100 tokens, at least with 5 liquidity pools, so that is good. Now what I wanted to bring your attention is for Sakura, the exchange we're providing liquidity in, the decentralized exchange, here it had $218 volume and we had 97, so it pretty much half. So we're providing like 33% of that liquidity. We're getting 33% of the fees. That's what I want to say. Looking at volume, you can see that big coin on Aborian, it has 16,000, so it has a little bit more, way more. But for, let's see here, also 4.9, big token, let me see, big token. This is on Kona, 781. Big Pengu on Aborian, also 469. This is on Kona Finance, 293. Bitcoin ETH on Sakura, 215. And then we would have ours with 97. If we just look at Sakura Swap, we can put it this way. Would have big here, 215, big with Pengu 781, and we would have 97. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, let me just see how we're ranking here. Rank 47 and 48 and 51. If we're just looking at Sakura Swap, there's plenty more. There's Kona Finance. Here it has only 30 pairs, I believe, and for Aborian, it has a bunch. Yeah, it has really a bunch. I'm not sure. I don't think we would be getting anything on getting to Aborian. I think people will find different. What we would get with arbitrage, I don't think. Although they have more trades going back and forth. I think if people want to trade token A to token B and have MLP in between, there's going to be other pairs with more liquidity that probably they'll get a better slippage there. So for us, for arbitrage, I don't think we'll get as much opportunities as we're getting here on Sakura Swap. So it's still working. We just see that overall there's not that much being traded. Pengu, it has only 70,000, so not that much. Why am I getting this pling? I don't see anything happening. Am I wrong? Am I looking to the wrong thing? Don't actually get it. Sometimes there's the pling. Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, big coin volatility is bringing more fees lately here to the project, and now we have about 6,000 big tokens in our MLP Big LP, and now when merge mining gets announced on Abstract, that's going to be really cool for us, as we've got a lot of big tokens to sell. That's going to buy all the other tokens, pushing the price upwards, and we've just got so many good catalysts just going on our way, basically, on Abstract. And on rewards, let me just go over here real quick. So we are currently almost with 10,000 experience points on the silver tier, meaning that we are 23,000 experience points away from reaching silver 2. We're getting overall very steadily like 2,000 points. This has been really solid, so totally 20,000 experience points. We'll just keep adding those. I think adding these liquidity, I'm not sure if adding the liquidity on Eborium would get us more experience points. Maybe that's something to consider, not very sure. But for now we'll just keep it that way. Okay. Moving forward. Hey Wicked, how is it going? Welcome. Happy to see you. I just got way too many tabs open. Okay, here we go. How is it going, Wicked? Good to see you. So we're getting close to 3 months on MLP. Actually, today it already marks 3 months, so that's a happy month day. I've got the birthday. What would it be like? The month anniversary. And we've bought 416 MLP so far. So that is 0.4% of the total supply. That is really big and really good. Now looking at some other stats over here, we can see transfers. MLP token has been transferred. Once these finish loading, 21,000 times, getting close to 22,000 trades. That is quite a lot. We're still sitting at 70 holders, maybe tipping now. That's a good idea. We will increase this as well. For the staked version, we also have the same 50, and we already have 1,000 transactions for the staked version as well. I like that. That is pretty good. More things going. This is the staking smart contract, so nothing else to be seen here. At least interesting. One thing that will be added also very soon is going to be the, let me see if it's this one, code SMLP rewards. Nope. Let me see if it's this one. Bingo claimer, yes. So currently there's 45 MLP. That's going to be added this one prize pool, which should be around 5 MLP as well, 5 or 6 MLP. So the full bingo will go to 50 MLP, and I'll go there in just a second. We can see here the full bingo. There's 21, I have 21 badges from a 50 total. Here every month it's going to be raffled between 16 badges, so it also gets easier to get badges you've actually earned. And right now we have full bingo price 45, it will grow into 50 MLP really soon. For each singular bingo line prize, we have 1.38 MLP, so if you complete one of these lines, You have until the end of the month to do so. It can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be diagonal. Pretty much you'll just get this price distributed at the end, and for each you'll get 1.38, but we're also going to add more rewards to this one, so pretty much we'll get close to 1.5 MLP per line. That is really good, and I like the fact that it keeps the prizes the unclaimed prizes, they just go from one month to the next month. So if they're not claimed, it just will keep compounding and growing into the upcoming months. I think it becomes the sort of attraction as the prize pool gets bigger, bigger, and bigger. Let me see what we have. We have Igloo Guardian, hard one to get. Seasoned Trader, I'm about to get this one. I'm really close to getting this one. Elite Trader, probably I could get it if I put enough effort on it. Protocol Supporter, $10 in fees. Not the hardest, it's not easy. Diamond Hand's pretty much impossible at this point. Protocol Beginner, yes, this is very much in reach. I think I'm gonna get this one real close. Here we have Arctic Emperor, not for me. This is way too far away. But top 10 trader, it's also within my possibility. So, how is it looking for you? These badges, are you close to completing one of these? More stuff. Oh, I know what I wanted to show. This would be the staking rewards. No, this is... There's still someone that has not claimed their MLP from the pre-sale. If you are that person that's watching that has not claimed your MLP, please do so. There's MLP to be claimed that you have purchased and you have not yet taken it. If you go over token, you go over the pre-sale, you should have here your tokens to claim if you have not claimed them yet. Okay, we have the leaderboards, let it load. Okay, perfect. Back here where I was going to show, it is this one. 230. This is the amount of MLP that it's on the staking smart contract. So right now there's 213 MLP, staked MLP to be claimed. Now, if I look on read contracts, I'm gonna get here. There's a lot of data you can get from this stuff. But total rewards, so it means the total of staked MLP that has been deposited here, and we have also the total release rewards. I know that this has 18 decimal numbers here, and I'm gonna look at the top 3. We have 416, and I know that has been released, so it has been distributed 286 MLP so far. Nasman says, I've got 15 badges. I need to try to get a few more so I have a better chance at winning bingo. Now, Nasman, please do so. And now badges, they're permanent. They do not restart. They do not reset every month with every new season. So if you got one this month, you will have that one on the upcoming month. Except for the staking badges that they're dynamic. Okay, cool stuff. Now, we're going to raffle a spot to become a lucky miner. I'm gonna get the wheel of names up there. One more time, if you're watching from Twitch, you can pretty much... what is this? Let me close it. You can type in !LFM. I'm just gonna copy the link anyway and just paste it there. I think it's gonna be easier. I'm gonna post for everyone that's watching over YouTube, over X, Twitch, and now also over Abstract. So fill it up this form. I'm gonna take a real quick break, so let's freaking do it. I'm gonna get it here. I'm gonna look at the leaderboards, and you can just take some info out of this while I'm gone just for 2 minutes. Be right back, break. Be right back, break. 5 minutes top. Can we put here as well? 5 minutes, be right back, break. Alright, see you all very, very soon.
your fingertips, ice cold just like your lips. I never knew this night would be the end of me. Rain falls from broken skies, I can see it in your blue eyes. You can only hold your breath for so long. Your blood makes me slow as your body hits the floor. Even when you said goodbye, I could never let this die. The medicine wears you thin. You feel it flow under your skin. A razor blade to set you free so slowly. And this story's crystal clear. You was getting lost, my dear. Reassure this curse will take you under. Your blood makes me slow as your body hits the floor. Even when you said goodbye, your blood makes me slow as your body hits the floor. Even when you said goodbye, I could never let this die. You close your eyes, your heart beats.
I'm back. Thank you so much for waiting on this quick break. Now, as I was saying, we were just putting here the form for you to fill it in. Let me see who we have here. We have Nasman and CRP Monster and the Bitfox as well. So make sure you do fill it up, that form. I'm just gonna go over here real quick before I do the raffle. So global leaderboard. This has been counting since the 1st of January and until the last day of January, so pretty much in 10 days. And in 10 days we've seen almost 2,000 transactions per month. This is really cool. And so far it has generated $20. Now, comparing this to the December and to the November month, we saw that during those months it has generated for a full month about $40. So we're 10 days away. We have 2/3 of the month already went by, and we're still half of the fees generated. These does tell that we have the less volume across the chain. And once it picks back up, I can see it also rising in value in here. So right now we have 35 trades by this user, which has generated and has contributed $1.69 in fees. Then with 20 trades, 79, 23 trades, 70, 21 trades. So this is, these people, these users have been trading quite a lot, I do have to say. 10 trades, this is mine. So with 10 trades I've generated almost 10 cents. But hey, it all keeps adding up. Everyone contributes, everyone adds to it. Okay. Let me just quickly take a look here. Has everyone filled up the form already? Alright, time has went by. We're going to roll and have this as a three-way. So we have Nasman, CRP Monster, and the Bitfox. Let's get this rolled, shuffling, and good luck. Hell freaking yeah, good luck, miners. By the way, for everyone that joined in now and just to knowing, basically you can tip any type of token on Abstract Portal, and whatever we do receive here on Abstract Portal while we're streaming, we will be adding that into the liquidity pools. Also, I failed to create a thumbnail here. Let me see how can I do that. Create a clip and follow. How do I create a clip? Let me see. Because I did fail to do that, the thumbnail. I'm not sure. So CRP Monster, congratulations, GG, you just got yourself to become a lucky miner. Let me see if I can do stream thumbnail. How the freak do I do that? Let me put on Big Bruno. Big Bruno, here we go. Let me see if I can create a thumbnail. How this is done. Stream key, edit, stop, create a clip. Thumbnail, let's see if we can do that. Save thumbnail. I have no idea what I just did. Why doesn't show reloads? Oops. Maybe it wasn't this what I meant to do. Does anyone know how to save the thumbnail? Well, screw it. CRP Monster, we're gonna be opening. I should have already did this before. Sandbox. Let's go over the map. Does anyone have news regarding the sandbox? I've been watching their posts. It's pretty much, I don't know what's happening. They don't seem to be posting much information about stuff. I need to log in. There is a lot in the making. First, the mobile client. Bitfox. There is a release candidate. What does that mean? I've heard about the mobile client since 2023. Info from Seb. Yeah, it was also Seb that said that it's going to release on 2023. Not sure if it's information or copiation. Just a little bit of hopium. Release candidate is the last version before live. Okay. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Right now it's just same old, same old. Told Seb he should send me a link as soon as it's ready. Well, I do hope so, that it gets ready. But I hope that we also get more than that. I think at this point, just releasing on mobile, it's not going to change much. We need more than that. was in their roadmap. Would be a soft launch. That means the soft launch means it's going to be a launch without any marketing budgets. It's just they're just going to release it on the wilds. It's kind of way you take expectations out from it, I guess. By the way, this is loading. Brave. Is it this one? PSP launcher. Fox, I don't believe we're going to be launching in Unreal 5, honestly. You know how freaking hard work that is to be launching on Unreal? Think with me. What's the logic of developing mobile version, spending all of that budget, all of that time developing a Unity mobile version, optimizing all of that, just to be working on the same time on an Unreal version? And also Cyber Dragon kind of said that they're not working on that. Oh, I should have skipped the intro. Either way, let's watch the intro. So between what it's been told and what's actually true for us, I don't know. I guess I'll believe it when I see it. At this point, that's my stance on the sandbox. Going to be released to a small group first, the soft launch. Okay. That's plan of Animoca. I don't know. I had huge expectations for Animoca, honestly. But Animoca has failed to deliver time after time, game after game, project after project. So it's been a little bit rough to see Animoca success. Like even the own flagship thing, like the Mocaverse, and their NFTs, they try to compete to be one of the top tier type of NFTs, like the Fuji Penguins, the Bored Apes, the CryptoPunks, and all of the top shots. They try to compete with it, but I think they kind of failed to deliver value to their ecosystem. I used to be really active, but it slowly drifted away from that. Now, CRP Monster, have you chosen what type of blocks you want to mine? While you choose, let me just get something really cool here. Get myself some equipment. Should be stone. I like that. Oh. Yeah, it's good. I like this one. Alright. Good luck, CRP Monster. Everyone watching the stream in the chat, please type in good luck here for our good fella, CRP Monster. Let's get ourselves some prizes. Let's see if we can get some prizes. So stone it is. We're going to be mining some stone over this place. Here we go. Starting with gold. I like it. Another one. Can we get another diamond? The whole crypto space is meh at the moment. Yep, it kind of feels that way. I think, you know, when we're all talking and comparing the crypto scene with the .com bubble, and I think we've entered that stage, the post-bubble. I think a lot of projects just went down and died or they're slowly vanishing into inexistence and all of that. And I think we're kind of seeing that who remains after. Oh shoot! I don't want to mine all of that stuff. I just want to mine this one. allow me. Let's skip this one. I think we're seeing what remains from that. Kind of feels that way. Which projects survive, which projects keep building, which projects adapt. We're pretty much seeing the .com bubble aftermath. So that's probably why you feel, oh, we got a sapphire. Let's freaking go. I'd love to see it. That's a good one. But it's also especially during that time that is really good time to build. Whenever everything establishes it back again. And we've seen a couple of narratives to flourish. For example, you would see, I think it was Jupiter on Solana, the exchange that now provides buybacks on the token as well. I think what we're doing with MLP, which is buybacks, it's going to become probably the new meta. Like, it's going to be just the regular standard, and that's going to be a key performance metric, which is, okay, why am I buying this token? Well, because this project, hey, let's freaking go, that's an emerald. Because this project generates this amount and it's able to do these buybacks or distributes Ethereum or USDC while they're stoking. Let's freaking go, another emerald back to back. Or how much buyback can they provide? So I'm buying this token. If they keep stable this way, it should be these amount of gains per year. That's all. So what I want to say, it's going to look like, or it's going to look closer to what a real business in real life looks like. Why am I buying this token? The token, there's multiple ways you can find it. There's going to be this governance tokens, there's just going to be utility tokens, there's going to be security tokens, there are going to be meme tokens. There's tokens for everyone. Tokens for every cup of tea. I'm pretty sure the future will look like that. Okay, can we just mine this one? Yes, we can. Can we just mine that one? Yeah. So tokens and projects, I think they're going to be distinguished by how they perform, what they're delivering, what they're bringing to the table. So that's why I believe that MLP, regardless of the outcome of everything, it's always going to be safe out there, because it just compounds 100% of the fees into buybacks. So it has strong fundamentals. Even if everything else starts to fail and just doesn't work out, that alone by itself, how it's set up, that's why I really like the way that, oh shoot, I don't want to mine clay. That's why I really like the way that it was set up. It has some sort, it's like a sort of safeguard. The token can just exist by itself. And if we can tie up more things to it, it just becomes stronger. So designed in a way that it only gets stronger with more things built upon it. Wow, this kind of cooled off. We need more stuff. Come on. Okay, that's more like it. I think it's saving for a good drop. For a blue diamond, maybe. That means we have enough for one more. There we go. And we have 40, so 40, it's a clay block. I'm gonna go to the industrial refinery if you don't mind. Here we go, got some copper. I'm gonna go already over here. providing blue diamonds, so why move? Like, literally giving a win every time. Let's freaking go. Got nothing. Good luck one more time. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, we got an emerald. You got a gold. But this, besides the mobile client and Unreal 5, what else coming for the sandbox? I've not heard anything for creators, anything regarding monetization, or at least have the including blockchain stuff, like microtransactions and all of that. Especially now that Animoca kind of took over the sandbox. I think that their headquarters should have moved into Singapore or to Hong Kong, actually, where they have different type of laws and all of that. So that would be their best move, I guess. They could just charge a little bit. I guess corners is for creators, but I haven't checked it. I don't understand corners. One, I don't understand why the sandbox is building corners instead of building the sandbox. And I don't understand why you would be paying like, hey, I've just created these YouTube playlists. Do you want to pay me? Or do you want to... I don't understand the concept of corners. It's like I generate these really nice list of... I don't know, pages. I've bundled these posts on Instagram and now I'm gonna put it on my corners and I'm gonna charge people for it. I don't get the concept, honestly. Like, I think people already tried to do that with, how is it called? People would be buying shares of that creator. Come on, we're reaching the last one. But we are already at 5,000 masses. Can we get a blue diamond on the last one? Oops. Alright. CRP. We got ourselves 5,160 MLP note. Masters, Sands, MLP, Ethereum, USDC, just too many names. Calculator. So our ratio is 2,000 masters per cent. 5160 divided by 2,000. That is 2.58 cents. GG. 2.58 cents. Now, CRP, have you filled up the form with your abstract wallet? If you did, let me know, so I can send out the prize. I do believe that was the case. So I am going to go and bridge some sand. Have to go over Polygon, and I'm gonna send to your wallet. I hope I can do this directly. That would be perfect. 2.58. Okay, maybe. MLP. No, it's not gonna allow me to do so. But it does allow me to do for USDC, I guess. Why do I have $1 USDC on abstract? But yeah, it does allow me. 29.7. Okay, let me stream this. so you can see it. Where's the stream? Okay, that's this. Okay, so I'm gonna change that. So 2950. And it approve and swap. That's gonna be like 0.60 MLP or something like that. Okay, confirm. Here we go. So now changing this here, maximum. I'm gonna set up to MLP. Nope, not on polygon, but on abstract. I'm gonna do maximum. I'm gonna paste your wallet address here, which is here. 0.6254. Let's freaking go. From Masters to Sand to USDC to MLP, now you got your prize, and that is in. Let's freaking go. Phew! That was rough. So congratulations, CRP GG. That was a good win. Now, I want to go over Twitch. I don't believe there's a raid function on Abstract Portal. But we have Kamisaze streaming Indiana Jones. So let's join him there. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription, Fred. Let's freaking go. Reading Kamisaze. Yeah, we're done. We're all set up. Live 1 hour 20. We got the news out there. Delivered all the updates and news. So we will be back on next Wednesday where we will do the buybacks. We will do live, like getting the fees from the liquidity pools, doing the buybacks live. I think that's going to be fun for next week to do so. So we all get to see what happens during that period and during that time. Everyone, that's Take By. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Either you watch it from X, YouTube, Twitch, or Abstract Portal. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back on next Wednesday, and until then, hope you have a lot of fun. Hope you have some good games, you enjoy your week, and anything, you know where to find us. Over X, over Discord, any channels, just shoot a DM. Right on general, ask any questions, we will be around. So, until then, have a great one, stay tuned. Let's raid Kamisaze, and see you all very soon on the next one. Goodbye for now. My name is Bruno, and yeah, that's gonna be about it. Have a great one, everyone. Cheers.